Hi, and welcome back to Sundevils Quick Tips for Star Citizen. This week, I'd like to go over some of the web resources I use to find information to help me out with things that I want to do in the verse. First thing we're going to do is start out with uexcorp.space. At this site, you can see all the commodities available in Star Citizen, how much they buy for, how much they sell for, where to buy and sell them. You can even use it to set up simulated trade routes for yourself to see what kind of profits you might be able to make. You can tell it where you are, what you have, and where you might be going, or where it thinks you should go to make the most profit. Great resource. Another site that is basically a lot like UEX is SC Trade Tools. The interface here is a little bit different. Some find it a tad easier to use, maybe a little more streamlined. You'll have to make the call yourself. Same basic premise though. On this site, you can see what's available, where to get it, how much it sells for, where to take it. The next one that's kind of related, I'd like to show you regolith.rocks. This is a wonderful site that has a ton of data about minables in the game. If you want to know what the rock types are by location, all of that information is available here. If you watched my last video where I talked about scanning, this is a site I used when I went to rock type compositions, and you could actually see the scanning signatures and the multiples if there's more than one rock in a location. Another great way to use the site. Tons of information available here. Again, this is all information that they survey from other players. You can even be part of the survey here with regolith.rocks. If you look into it further on the site, it'll tell you how to do that, and I'll leave that up to you. Another great resource that I use constantly is the DPS calculator or the loadout builder on Urkel.games. In Urkel.games, I can go in here, for example, and pull up, say, a stock Super Hornet, take a look at the components that it has, and then I can change those components and save them to a loadout. Here you can see now I have my own loadout for a Super Hornet Mark II. This is kind of my stealth setup. What's really cool about Urkel is it will show you how the differences in signature are applied based on the equipment you have. It'll show you the power you have available. You can even play around with the power just like you were in your ship by turning systems on and off to provide yourself with the maximum amount of power to allocate to your weapons, shields, and engines. Really cool and super useful. One of the last ones I want to mention is the Star Citizen Wiki. This is a great place to go if you need to find information on a specific item. Say you wanted to find a Focus 3 or a Riger 3 for your mining vehicle. That's a mining module, by the way. You would just go in, search for, say, Riger C3 module. Of course, it's verifying that I'm human. That's great. Here you see we have the Riger C3 with a short description of what it is. What's super cool about this, though, is if you scroll down to the bottom of the description, you see Find Item in Game. This is how Wiki links you to another site called Cornerstone. And what Cornerstone does is actually list out for you where you can purchase the item, what the price is. You see this verified date over here. Just like all of the sites I've shown you so far, most of this data is as accurate as the information we give them. I would say that I very rarely run into problems with any of these sites and data accuracy. When it comes to being completely up to date, Regolith is absolutely on the cutting edge of mining, but remember that data is still coming in, and right now in 4.1, new minables are being added, so it takes some time for all of that stuff to come up to date. Thank you very much for watching. I'll have links to all the websites I mentioned in the information down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Hit my notification bell so that you'll see all my upcoming content. If you'd like to catch me live, please join me on www.twitch.tv/DM_Sundevil. You can find me streaming Star Citizen shenanigans there 5 days a week from 10:30 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I hope to see you there. Y'all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time in the verse.